How'd they get the dune buggy vehicle up there? Oh, that would be simple. It would be something you would bring in parts and then put together once you're up there. And then dismantle it. Could easily do that. So the people that I'm starting to see a pattern here. The people that are pushing that the moon landing is fake are also pushing that this is AI generated. Okay? I don't think it is. If it is, then does that mean DC Drano's video that I stitched was AI generated too? That's where all this is going to go. The event, this is where it's going to go. Is it going to get to a point where you won't know what is AI and what is real? Which is why, well, it proves the Bible. That's why God ends up speeding up time, because otherwise everybody will be deceived. Because even the people with the greatest discernment will not know what to believe. And it's already starting in a way, because now people are getting pissed off at Trump. And he's not the one to get pissed off at. Yet all this stuff is, going on with the Epstein list. And it doesn't even matter. These people have millions of followers, okay? They have for a long time. They don't stand up for other Americans that are speaking up. They never do. They're just selfish people. Very selfish. If I had millions of followers and I knew that other Americans were being shadow banned or silenced, I would be speaking up about it. It would be a duty as an American, but I don't consider these Americans. Maybe they work for the Brits. It goes back to that old war that started it all. You never know. That's what I would think at this point, because they're allowed to have their millions of followers for a reason. But really, these same people would want you to think that the moon landing was fake, because they wouldn't want you to put together that Trump said that Mars is part of the moon. 2019. For all the money we are spending, NASA should not be talking about going to the moon. We did that 50 years ago. They should be focused on the much bigger things we are doing, including Mars, of which the moon is part. Defense and science. Because Mars he's not talking literally about the planet Mars being a part of the moon, but he's talking about the military auxiliary radio system. But you go in his comment section for this, because this is from his archived tweets, and what you'll find is that there's so many people that leave the nastiest shit even before he was president. I mean, such vile people. But trying to make him out like he's stupid. No, he's not stupid. He's trying to tell you that, yes, we went to the moon, because the moon is considered a natural satellite. Meaning no man put it up there, obviously. God did. But no man did. But man went there, landed there, even put a buggy together, got some samples and brought them back in the moon rock box that my uncle made. Like, why would I lie? Like, who would lie about that? Just crazy. So, I mean, that would be the government going way, way overboard for a lie, okay? They could just lie and not have to spend all that money, all right? But the moon is a natural satellite, so of course it would be great. America was the first ones there. So what would the Brits want? What would the bad actors want? And again, I'm not talking about the British people. People know I'm talking about the government. Well, they need to get their people into place, because they don't want Americans to having that kind of control, because that's the biggest satellite in the world. And just like the Bible says, the prince of the air is the prince of darkness. And I've said the prince of the air is the airwaves. It's your satellite system. It's the way your people communicate with you. They've been knowing people's conversations, all of us, for a long time. They have. Because we've had many administrations that have been very corrupt, and they got a hold of that big old satellite up there, the moon. And they've been controlling that military auxiliary radio system. So that's why Trump has said we have got to get to Mars. We got to get a hold of Mars. And yet today he was in the White House with somebody from Britain, and he was basically saying we don't have to do anything with Britain. They can handle themselves. They have a great military. But then J.D. Vance said something about how this is why we've been trying to encourage Britain to lift their censorship, as if they lifted ours, then ours would be lifted, is what my impression was, going back to that same old war. Which means we have to get a hold of Mars, which is why I think that's what Donald Trump is focused on. So I know everybody runs around and says these people are dead and these people are clones, and even if they are, you still have to tell people. But I think, no, this is an embedded, deep problem. These people are not just going to give up. These people will shut the lights off before they give up. People have been saying the lights would go off. I don't know. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But I think there will have to be an emergency, because I think they will try to shut everything down rather than be taken into custody. But people are going to look at Trump and say he put all these corrupt people in, because I don't trust the people that Trump put in. But I think Trump put them in there, again, so he could catch them. And that's why all of this had to play out for 8 years, because you want to get every one of them. So he got all the ones from, the first round of 4 years, okay? And he's moving really, really fast. And what he's really focused on is these other countries. He's getting hold of Mars. Not Mars the planet, the military, that we have control of it again. Then there won't be any more censorship. But just be careful, because it seems that the same people that have been trying to get people convinced that maybe we didn't go to the moon are also the same people that are now saying photos that I don't think are AI generated, that they're AI generated, which means those people are protecting them. And I don't even care. I don't care even if Trump supports them. These people have millions of followers and have been they've been hogging the airwaves. When really they could have been doing their patriotic duty and standing up for all the people that have been being silenced. That's what's pissing everyday Americans off right now, especially with this shit. But there's some people that think they have you convinced that they're on Trump's side, okay? That are saying this is AI generated. Thereby, it makes you think, oh no, they're on Trump's side. No, none of these people are. No, these people don't even stand up for everyday Americans. They're just selfish and money hungry. They're no different than all the corrupt people we have in the swamp. We went to the moon. It's really the most important part of it all, really, because it's how you can control everybody. Because when you're using the biggest satellite, the moon, in the world, and we had it under Patriots at one time because we went there. But then when we started getting all these corrupt globalist communists in, many from Britain, I'd say, they got a hold of it. So we have to get it back, because we were the ones that went to the moon before anybody else did.